In the rectangular coordinate system, if triangle OPQ and triangle QRS have equal area, OPQ is this triangle and QRS is this triangle, both the triangles have equal areas, and let me also remind that area of any triangle is given by half of base multiplied by height, where base and height are perpendicular. What are the coordinates of point R? So to find the coordinates of point R, we need to know the entire base length and the height. So let's start looking at the first statement. The first statement says that the coordinates of point P are 0, 12. Since the coordinates of point P are 0, 12, so we understand that this height is 12. But neither do we know the base, nor do we know any relationship between the bases of OQ, triangle POQ and QRS. So we cannot predict anything about the coordinates of point R. Therefore, we say that it's not sufficient to answer the question. There are so many gaps so far, not sufficient, that crosses out two options. Now let's look at the second option, second statement, which says OP is equal to OQ. That's one good news for us. OQ and OP are equal. That means it becomes an isosceles right triangle. And then it also says that QS is equal to RS. That means, let me do the marking with some other color. QS is equal to RS. So that leaves us with one great understanding, because the area of this triangle is half of OP multiplied by OQ, and area of this triangle is half of QS multiplied by RS. So if I call them A each, then we can say this is half of A square, and area of the other triangle is half of B square. And we also know that half of A square is equal to half of B square, which means A is equal to B, which means all these lengths are equal. However, we do not know the coordinate of anything, nor do we know the area of any triangle. Therefore, the second statement is clearly not sufficient. Having understood this much, I think now we are pretty much in position to understand that together the statements are going to be sufficient, because since we know that this length, if we call it A, then this also becomes A, and A has already been given as 12, which is equal to B, as the second statement has established. That means if this is A, this is B, this is B, so the coordinate of point R can be represented as A plus B, comma B. And that base A plus B is 12 plus 12, which is 24, comma 12. So we have the exact coordinates of point R, and therefore together the statements are sufficient to answer the question, which gives us option C as the best choice. I hope that helps. That was really a good question of coordinate geometry. If you liked my explanation, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for watching this video.